Hi, Rick Harsh. I'm back with Toilet Talk. Why? Because I'm in the bathroom. I'm sitting on the toilet. And I happen to have all the books here that I want to talk about. I hope it's not too loud. Some sort of mechanical things in here. Oh, washer and dryer. Yeah, that was the dryer. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about is comparing books, and I believe that we should all compare books. I read Jeff Bursey's reviews in his Assume a Position about Stephen Moore's three books about novels, and the history. The alternative history of the novel, that's 2 volumes, and also a book right here that if I pull it out, everything's going to fall, but it's called My Back Pages, what he wrote, sort of, I think of as instead of the third volume of that history, which is, and it's a big, valuable book on other books. And in that, and in Jeff Bursey's book, they're comparing books. And I'm not against comparing books, but don't compete, and don't let the books compete. It's a very bad tendency. We're having an internal difficulty, and I believe in being very honest and straightforward with my customers and viewers about these things. But I think you all know that even though Zach Tanner's Oscar Submerges is selling well, and Mark Douglas's poetry book is setting poetry records every day, the book that's really selling the most, and has been for some time, is the rather spectacular America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots. Fantastic book, and I think I really only need to show you one page for you to understand what a great book it is. Yeah, I could have shown you Nancy Reagan, but you know, it's late at night. Who wants to look at her? So, yeah, this is a great book. It's been out for May, June, July, August. Very close to 15 months, and it's really selling well. It's not dropped off in sales. Word is getting out there. This should be in the hands of a giant press that says everybody must read this. Instead, I'm saying everybody must read this. But there's another book, kind of like The Young Gunslinger in Town, and that is selling extremely well. And that, I think you know already, is A Bended Circuity. Now, it's not just because of the cover, or the back cover, and it's definitely not the spine. Look at that thing is off-center. Actually, it's intentionally off-center, but we're thinking of centering it. What do you think? Let's have your votes. Now, forget that scheme. Some people can't look at it for too long, but everybody can look at it for a second. And then when they open it, they find out, damn, this is nonpareil writing, and it's also extremely funny, and it's a very full book. And I've been quoted as saying that this is the best first novel I've ever read, and I've had people, you know, slap me a little bit beside the head and say, well, aren't you forgetting about Philip Friedenberg's first novel? Is that not the best first novel? Or is this the best first novel you've ever read? Well, it doesn't really matter. You know, they just happen to be first novels. If Phil Friedenberg or Robert Stickley can do this well ever again or better, great. You know, because I'm happy as is, and they're both young enough to create more. And who knows what they'll come up with. Maybe they'll all be different. What is the best Pynchon? Is it his first one? I don't know. Most people say it's his third, But Mason-Dixon, maybe that's... But what difference does it make? None. And what it leads you to do is you start thinking, well, wait a minute. They may be, you know, this is the bestseller of Corona Samizdat's history, but this may be selling as rapidly in the beginning. So, is there proof? Is there proof of which book is better? No, they're not even, there's no need to compare them. Because if you do, people are going to go and say, wait, what about your own book, Rick? And then I'll pull out my copy of a Corona Samizdat version of the Manifest Destiny, Manifold, sorry, my pun, and I fucked it up. Manifold Destiny of Eddie Vegas. Now, is this not better than those two? I think a few people would say it is. I'm not going to say it. I might think it, but I'm not going to say it. You know, people love to accuse you of sour grapes. You know, and you know, of course, some people think, yeah, Rick's upset because his book doesn't get the attention or sales as those other two books. So, you know, he's just it's just, you know, it's sour grapes that he looks at his book every night and weeps. But the thing you'd be wrong about is that I don't think that's my best book. But I'm not comparing. Not in any conventional way. This is an unconventional comparison. I think my best book is right here. Right here. The Manifold... Assassination of Olof Palme, Volumes 1 and 2. Now, why is it better? Why is it better than all of these? I'll tell you why. Because I say it is. No, it's because this is something that's never been done before. It's an anthological novel. I wrote 85, 95%. I don't really know. You see all the names on the cover? That's the dead anarchist Giuseppe Pinelli. But anyway, this was a book that I created and started with the idea of taking contributions from people and molding them into the narrative. And I actually did get, I don't know how many really, some of these people just gave me moral support. One of them did the cover, but I think I got at least 35 people in here, at least. So it is truly anthological. I had somebody, I just wanted I needed dementia. I needed dementia. No, what I needed was a memo, and I assigned the memo to someone who I don't know that well, and I didn't know if I was going to get that memo. So I assigned it to someone else who said, hey, can I contribute? And I said, yeah, there's a memo I want you to write. And I gave him the guidelines. And then I thought, well, I don't really know that guy much better than the other guy. So a third person wanted to know if he could contribute. And well, you know, I really want that memo. I need it for the book. It's a short memo, you know, half a page. No need for it to be longer. Well, turns out they all three did it. They all three did it great. They required very minor changes by me to fit it where I wanted it to be. And so I just put all three of them in there. It's that kind of book. Polyphonic, yes, polyphonic in that the narrator has at least two voices. And, I mean, that's a start. There are a lot of other voices in here. And there's a lot of styles of writing in here. There are several languages, mostly English. Don't worry. If you speak English, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. In fact, most of the foreign stuff is somewhere in here translated. But there's also love poetry, love sonata, And here's a sonata regarding the love of Giuseppe Pinelli. And I'd just like to read it to you because I feel that love feeling coming on right now. The accendino fire, too cold to light his cigarette in fascist post-war jail. The Pope will come. The Pope will come all right. I live where jailers carry pipes to scale, and cops' batons are made of solid oak. A scepter boy's is best, the Pope will say, to stab out eyes, to gouge out hearts, and choke these commie atheists who think today intends to tolerate a dogma past. Ran out of breath there. A dogma past that war and hell on earth has left behind. My back was cracked when Licia Angelic flew through mists of fascist blood, refined. She waits for me outside the fascist walls. A woman, Gramsci read, to brace my fall. And then Rick says to Rick, but Rick, that's a sonnet. How lovely. Yeah. Anyway, so I think this is the best book, but I'm not going to push this. This is a one-time deal, one time only. I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to make it into one volume when it's convenient to do so. I don't know what color it'll be, but these are each 10, and the big one will be 20. So it'll work out the same, but I think it'll make it a little easier on everyone involved. And well, there's a lot more that I can say about this, but this is Toilet Talk. This is not supposed to go on more than 3 minutes. I just wanted you to know that, you know, these books are side by side on my shelf. Side by side. They love each other. I love them both the same. I could put them on either side. I love them very much. And if Phil and Robert were here, I would let them sleep in the same bed. Thank you very much. This is Rick Harsh making a fine point about literature and my own press, Corona Samizdat. Have a nice weekend. Here's that awkward part where I have to put the books down and shut off the video.